guys, today I'm going to show you a neutral eye that you can wear with any lip color. First, we're going to start with NYX Shine Killer Primer. Go ahead and press this into your face so that it gets in there nice and deep. Then I'm going to mix MAC Prolongwear foundation with MAC Studio Fix foundation. I do this because the Prolongwear is the wrong color for me and it's like really thick, so when you mix it with Studio Fix, I find that it creates a beautiful finish. I'm going to use a beauty sponge. I usually get these from Ulta. They're about $7, but I recently found out that you can find them at Marshall's or Home Goods, and they're like $4, so that's an awesome deal. I had a lot of skin issues this day, so I wanted to have a fuller coverage on my foundation. So I went back in with a Sigma F80 flat kabuki brush and put another layer of foundation on. Then if you take a beauty blender and just go over it lightly one time, it will create a really nice finish. Now I'm going to use, for my eye primer, MAC Prolongwear Concealer. Obviously it's a concealer, but it works really well as an eye primer. If you're having a skin day like I was having, it really hides dark circles and all the little things that show up under your eyeshadow. So it's a really good eye primer too. And then I'm using a MAC brush to apply the concealer under my eyes. And I'm just going to, like usual, paint it on like war paint and then use a beauty blender to blend it all in. Next, I'm using the MAC Pro Emphasize Shaping Powder and then an e.l.f. small tapered brush to make sure that my concealer is set. Then I'm using an e.l.f. powder brush and MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Powder to set my foundation. After that, I'm going to go ahead and put on some Aquaphor lip ointment. I use this every day and I put it under all of my lip color. And now I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz to do my brows. This is the perfect brow pencil. I haven't found anything else that's like it. It just goes on smoothly. It's not too dark. It's not too light. It's not too waxy. It's just the perfect brow pencil. So I really recommend that you spend the extra money to get this. And it also has a spoolie on the end, so it's double the value. I don't like to go too crazy with my brows. I just fill in kind of the blank spots and do a natural finish. I'm going to use this spoolie to make sure that it looks natural and combed through, and then I'm going to go ahead and use Anastasia's brow gel to set both of my brows. To really clean up the brows, you don't have to do this step, but I find that it makes your eyebrows really pop. You can go in with a little bit of concealer. I'm using the Prolongwear concealer again, and then an e.l.f. flat eyeliner brush. And you just draw a line under your eyebrow and then smooth it out with your finger. Okay, for the eyeshadow, I'm starting with MAC Bamboo and a Sigma E35 fluffy brush, and I'm just going to get the crease of my eye and then extend it past almost to the edge of my eyebrow line. This will give you a little bit of warmth to your eye without being too like red toned or orange toned. It's just like a really good base color. Now to cool down the crease a little bit, I'm going in with MAC Wedge shadow and a Sigma E40 brush. This brush is just a little bit thinner than the last brush, and so it blends well, but it just gets in that crease really deep. Next, I'm using MAC's Ground Brown and then the same Sigma E40 brush, and I'm going to put this in the outer corner of my eye and then extend it into the crease. Now, depending on the size of your eyes, you might want to use a smaller brush for this step. This brush is pretty big, but I have a really wide eye socket, I guess. And if you have a smaller eye shape, you'll want to use a smaller brush. Then I'm going to go back in with the E35 and blend it out really well. What I don't show you in a lot of my videos is the amount of time that it takes to blend these shadows out. So it really takes some time to do that. Then I'm using a Real Techniques eyeshadow brush and MAC Blanc Type eyeshadow to do the lid. I don't know where the next brush is from. I'm sure it's like a CoverGirl brush that I got when I was like 15. I have no idea. But I am using that with MAC Blanc Type to do my eyebrow and I should say my brow bone, and then also to diffuse the edges of the shadow. Then I'm using an e.l.f. pencil brush and MAC Ground Brown to define the lower part of my eye. So I'll put this on really, really close to the lash line and almost all the way into that inner corner on both sides, with the deepest color on the outside of the eye. Then I'll blend it out with MAC Wedge and the same brush. For my eyeliner today, I want a nice, thin, uniform line to keep with my neutral theme. So I'm going to use L'Oreal's Blackbuster eyeliner pen. This is a pretty good eyeliner pen. It's pigmented, it doesn't bleed, and it's fairly inexpensive, especially if you can use a coupon or something like that at Ulta. So I would recommend getting this if you like liquid liner, but you want a little bit more control. As usual, I'm going to curl my lashes. I think this is the e.l.f. eyelash curler. It works pretty well and it's inexpensive. And then one of my favorite mascaras from the drugstore is L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black. So I'm going to use that for my upper lashes. You want to get really deep into the base of your lash and roll it up. I find it helps to blink so you can get a lot of extra length. and a lot of extra volume on the outer edges is really good, so you'll want to concentrate on the outer edge. Then for my lower lashes, I'm going to use Rimmel Lash Accelerator. This one is a little bit thinner, so it works better for the lower lashes, and you can see there that it makes them really long. Okay, next I'm going to use Bobbi Brown bronzer in Golden Light, and I'm going to do a little bit of contouring, just really light. I'm going to end up blending it out, but I wanted to have a nice shimmer on my cheek, so I started with this as the base. To do that contour there, I'm using the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush. Obviously, it's a concealer brush, but I don't use it for concealer. This is what I use it for. I like to contour the sides of my nose because I have a larger nose, and I like to make sure that it looks a little bit thinner, especially in photos. And then you can use bronzer on the tip as well. Now for a sun-kissed glow, I put a little bit up on my forehead, and then I'm going to go in. I think this is just an e.l.f. blush brush, and I'm just going to blend it out a little bit so it's not so harsh. Now this is one of my favorite higher end products. It's Hourglass Luminous Light Ambient Lighting Powder. You can use it as a highlight, but somebody once told me to use it all over your face because it looks really nice in photos. It gives you like a soft glow, and it makes it kind of diffused. So I like to use that all over my face. Then I'm going to use MAC Warm Soul Blush and a Sigma F10 brush as well. Then I'm going to highlight with Hourglass and then this MAC brush. I'm sorry, I don't know what it's called. It's really old, but it works really good for highlighting. Now you can stop here and you can do a nude lip. I think this looks really good with L'Oreal's JLo Nude. So if you have that nearby, that one is super cute with this look. But if you want to do something more bold, you want to go in with a lip liner. I like to use this clear lip liner. It's called No Bleeding Lips. It's from Sephora. It just keeps the lip liner in place, but it doesn't have any color. And then I'm going to use Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in the color Heathers. This liquid lipstick is beyond amazing, and I recommend that you try at least one color to see if you like it. And this is what you have, a neutral eye that you can use with any lip. Alright reglitzers, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, give me a thumbs up and please subscribe. See you later.